today. Thank you all for coming. You know, we got our shopping carts. And, did y'all see our shopping carts out there? Decorated? Now the thing is, when you ask OU fans to decorate shopping carts for OU and OSU, one looks really good and one looks a little not so great, right? Yeah. So y'all, let's look. Y'all bring those cards in here. All right. Now there's okay. That's got a couple more things in it than it did. All right. So you know these are for Samaritan's Purse, and we're collecting items for Samaritan's Purse. You know, at the end of the year, is it in what? Around the 1st of November, we start filling the shoe boxes. We want to fill about 600-700 shoe boxes, and that's not too hard. That will not be too hard at all. And we want to fill these shoe boxes. And so if you're an OU fan, you bring items and you put them in here, which you guys have already started. Good job to the OU fans. And doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look really good? Now, OSU fans, Rusty, you usually have some OSU memorabilia on you, don't you? Do you have anything you can bring up here to decorate this with? Do you have anything you can put in this basket? I think Rusty may have a couple things he may put on this basket. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's got a couple. He just carries this stuff around all the time.
Makes you wonder where these, if they're really in doubt who you want to root for. Got a pair of boots here, you know.
We put this on.
Oh, great.
Now you have the microphone. You're really dangerous.
All right. And then if you run around with Gretchen Payne, well, she's always cold, so you get her blankets. It's OSU blankets, and they're pretty handy little deals. And then if you spend a little time up at OSU, they give you a little jacket to wear, you know. And you can act like you knew what you were doing or something like that.
All right.
Well, and let's not cover this deal, but this is the most important. And this is not the most important. Forget that. Don't put that back down here. If they really want to know where you belong at your house, you know, you got a shower, and everybody wants a shower. You don't want one of those little pukey red ones, you know, you want to buy an orange one. So this works pretty good for that deal. Works out pretty good. And then you got another little blanket. It's a little, when you're watching OSU play a little basketball game, where you sit there in your chair and you get a little cold, you just grab this little blanket so you cover up. Another little deal. And then as you, stupid like me, you play a little bit of football, and then you get one of these little jewels, and all you got to play with, you sit that on the hearth of your home, and you light everybody, tell them how good you are. And then if you really want to get over with it, you got a good friend that does this, and he make you a little whistle. If I won't listen to you, blow it. Forget about that. Forget about that. Anyway, then we have a friend at OSU that's pretty good with his little pocket knife, and it's a case pocket knife.
You made it with a knife?
Yeah, makes it with a knife. Yeah. He's pretty handy.
Jim can make that with chainsaws.
Look at that, Mr. Jim. See what you think about that. And then, of course, then you got towels and hand towels and all that noise. And if push comes to shove, all else fails, and you stick on your suburbans. Then everybody knows where you belong. When you go to the OU OSU ball game, you sit on the west side over there, and you're the only cowboy over, they know who you are. Ain't no doubt about it.
But the important thing is that you bring toys.
Yeah.
And here's your toys. You know, we want stuff like this is a Slinky. This month through March, Slinkies work. So we want to fill the baskets full of Slinkies. This is a squishy pop. I don't know. Hot Wheels. These fit really well into shoe boxes. Okay, Hot Wheels are good. What else do we have? Disney Princess, something or other. Okay? So anyway, harmonica, Jim, you would like that. So toys, okay? So anyway, we want to fill these baskets full of toys. So Rusty, thank you for helping me.
Oh, I'm not done.
Why would I think you were? I don't know.
Well, I sent a black bag in here, and I don't know what happened to it. Hang on. Sing a song or something.
All right, I think you drove home. I don't know. All right, Miss Jeannie. Go ahead.
When you're buying your toys, this size stuffed toy, anything any bigger is too big to put in the shoebox with all the other items. Little cars, anything bigger than this, we'll take this out of the box. So anything bigger than this little car would be too big for the shoe boxes. So, you know, if you're buying stuffed toys, be sure that it's something that's going to be flexible. Let us fill the box up really good with all the other stuff. And there's lots of other items that go in. And each month we'll give you different items to bring. But let's try to get these baskets filled up with these small toys that are in our bulletin. Don't bring anything that's liquid. Don't bring anything that's war-related, like toy soldiers, guns, knives, any of that kind of thing, because we can't take it. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys.
Wait just a minute, lady. A friend of mine, named Walt Garrison himself, that's a little check for you to help buy the toys.
Awesome.
And then,
These are going to OSU basket, I guess.
pardon me?
These are going to OSU.
OSU basket. And then also, you know, you go to one of those hoopball ball games, you can get you a little cup, drink a little Coke, you know, a little iced tea. Works out pretty good. And then for you folks that really get in engineering, this is called a cowboy yo-yo. You gotta have OSU engineering degree before you can operate it. But it still works. So it's called a cowboy yo-yo. Two skull cans, make you cowboy yo-yo. Not everybody's got one. And then, of course, then you got your old Dr. Pepper bottle, you know, it's got the OSU schedule on it. And, we was able to beat Gretchen's team a couple of years, many moons ago. But anyway, then you got your OSU shopping bag. You always got to have an OSU shopping bag. You got to have careful, everybody knows what you got. And then there's all this kind of stuff, you know, you find little OSU albums in it, you know. And got a little more cowboy stuff. We're not as good as, we're trying to get better, trying to be as good as OU, but we have limited funds in our OSU. So some folks have a lot more money to operate on than some of us do. But anyway, this is just a fun deal. Now I've got one other item in here. I put this item in here someplace to remind me if I have time. Richard, do I have time? Bring it down. We'll work. Okay. friend of mine. And we had 6 pallbearers, and every pallbearer, this is where you got to hold the casket to carry it out with the stirrup. But the deal was that they took the stirrups off, and they give every pallbearer a stirrup to remember this guy by. A good friend of mine, Roger Keith from McAllister, Oklahoma, knew him since about 1973. And the reason I got this stirrup in here is to remind myself, because I knew this guy since 1973, never once asked him if he knew Christ. So my point is, with all of this hoopla and having fun, no issue, no you, the most important thing is one-on-one conversation with somebody that you think a lot of.
Amen. That's right.
Somebody around a lot. And this guy dies, and he do that. But the Lord gave him many opportunities to do that. And I passed them by. So my point is today, don't pass by your opportunities, because he will present you with them. Take a hold, grab the flag, and run. And the flag's a Christian flag. I want to tell everybody about that. I'm through.
All right. Yeah, don't miss an opportunity. Don't let it pass you by. Hey guys, this is Audrey. This is Aiden, and it's actually his 14th birthday today. Thank you. So you guys be sure and come and fill that up, and thank you very much. Hey, it's good to have fun in the Lord's house, but we want to, as Rusty said, we do miss opportunities. We do pass opportunities up so many times, and don't let that happen. Don't let that happen. It's great work. Thank you, Rusty. Hey, let's pray together. Father God, as we come to a moment after just a moment of fun, God, we want to just look to you and focus. God, thank you for a testimony of a man who has regret in his heart, failing to speak truth to his friend, but bold enough to share that with his church family. Because that's true for everyone in this room. All of us have kept quiet when you have given us opportunity to speak. Forgive us of that. And God, for some of us, there is still opportunity. It's not too late. And I pray that when those opportunities come back, that we would be bold. And we would speak truth. Sometimes truth is not popular. But God, you didn't save us to be popular. You saved us to be ambassadors of you. God, in this moment, as we come to worship you, let us focus our hearts and our minds upon you. God, in our worship, I pray that we would worship you with clean hands and clean heart. God, maybe there's some things that we've carried in here, some dirt from the world, some sins that we haven't confessed, some unforgiveness that we're hanging on to, some anger that we're harboring, some things that we've seen or words that we've said. God, in these moments as I'm praying, I pray that anyone in this room, they would pray as well in their heart to you. Just confessing that. Because before we go any further, God, we want clean hands and clean hearts.
Amen.
Father God, we come into this sanctuary that was built by earthly hands. God, to us, this is where we gather to meet you. This is holy ground. And it's not that we're taking something unholy, making it holy. God, it's special to us because it's where we come in here and meet with you. We got to know that you never leave us nor forsake us, and you walk with us all the time. And your word says that our bodies are your sanctuaries. And we should treat them holy. And God, as we gather, there's just something special about community coming together to worship. So God, pray you pour your Spirit out upon us. I pray that the words that we sing, words from your Bible, would just be fresh and new to us this day. Because God, we get so burdened down by the things of this world, the problems of tomorrow. And Satan wants to just entrap us with issues and burdens, and he wants to distract us. And you want us to focus on you. Amen. So don't let us be distracted. God, help us to look to you. So we want to worship you. We want to focus on you. In these next few moments we have. In Jesus' name we pray.
Hymn number 202. We'll sing the first and fourth verse.
And so just continue to pray for Tina and Linda and the family. Sue Hughart, her family, her brother Bill passed away. The service will be here Tuesday at 10 a.m. And so we want to remember the Hughart family, Clark family, but also Ron Swallow. You know, Ron and Carol were here with us and they moved away. And Ron's been having some heart issues. And so we want to be praying for Ron. She's still in the hospital, do we know? He is home. He is home, but still having some heart issues. So continue to pray for them. Brother Jerry Longard has been praying for Bob James. They are out of town on spring break. So thank you, Brother Jerry. Wonderful servant of the Lord. Thank you for coming up and praying for us.
Let's pray. Father, we come this morning with thankful hearts, thanking you for the many, many blessings, thanking you for the opportunity to be in your house. Father, an opportunity to have fun, but also to come and worship you. Father, we know that you are the great physician, Father, and we know that you can heal. We ask right now for a miracle in Randy's life, Father. We just ask that you just lift him up, Father. Be with Linda and the girls and Jack. Father, I pray that you would be with them. Father, remember the Hughart family as they say goodbye to their dad, their husband, their grandpa. Father, we pray that you would just touch that family in the days ahead. Father, I pray that you would just be with this portion of the service. Just be with the gift as well as the giver, Father. And Father, just forgive each one of us when we have failed you. These things we ask in your name.
starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, mothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, mothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down, down in the river to pray.
It's good, it's good. We have another baptism next Sunday. John's going to be baptized next Sunday morning, and I'm excited about that. When I was younger, junior high, high school, we would take summer vacations, and never really took a spring break vacation. Many of you take spring break vacations. Many are on spring break vacations. In the summer, Dad was worked for Corning Glass, and so he would go to Florida and work on negotiations, contract negotiations. And so he would take the family, we would go down for a week to Miami, stay in a hotel, and swim in the pool, which was kind of odd because it was right on the beach, but we'd swim in the beach, swim in the pool, the kids would, they just had fun. But then after that, we would leave Miami, drive north up to West Virginia, go to the farm, and then to me, the real vacation began, being on the farm there in West Virginia and around my cousins, and then to my grandfather, my mother's grandfather, spend time there in his church, and we'd stay in West Virginia for about a week and a half. So it was about 2.5 weeks, really 3 weeks with traveling, that we would go away in the summer. We got to do that, for years. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. When I was a little kid, I never thought to ask my dad, Dad, which direction are we going to go? I never thought to ask my dad that. I never thought to say, no, Dad, you going to take 40 out and you're going to go down? I never thought that. Or when, I never thought to ask when my father was driving a car, where are we headed? And I don't know about you as kids, I don't know, maybe you inquired to your parents, but I never did. Why? Because I just trusted my father. My dad was driving the car, my mom was up front, me and Scott and Eric, when we were little, were in the back seat. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to remember what we used to have. I'm going back, 70s, mid-70s, I think we had a Ford, what was that car? But it had a big glass window, right? And so we would put pillows in the floorboard, right? And so Eric would lay on the floor, because Scott was the oldest brother, he got the seat. Okay, I was young because I had to get in the window of the car, right? Now, this was before you had to wear seat belts, so it wasn't like it was odd, I mean, if it had a trunk, if it was like a Suburban, I would have been in the trunk. It just, I got to the window, and that's where I rode, and because if we all sit in the seat together, it'd be like, here's your line, and here's your line, and he's over on my line, and we start hitting, and, you know, that type of stuff. But I never asked Dad, Dad, where are we going? Dad, you know, and I did say, when are we going to get there? Hey, Dad, our claws, you know, drove him crazy. Did ask all of that. But see, think about this. Has God ever asked you? Has God ever inquired to you about where He's taking you in life? No. See, we've been reading through the Old Testament. Of course, we're in Leviticus, but I'm backing up a little bit, and I'm going to be in Exodus 13. I'm going back even a little bit further than where we were last week. So go to Exodus chapter 13, and just think of this. When God was talking to Moses, what did He say? He said, listen, you know, I want you to go to a land, and I'll show you the land. He really didn't even know where He was taking him. Moses didn't know. God said, I'm just going to take you someplace. And so Moses goes, and of course, you know, after the plagues have happened, and the Israelites are leaving, chapter 12, it says that 600,000 men exit and leave. Now, you know, math in the Old Testament, 600,000 men in the Old Testament, they counted men in a number of different ways. They counted either from 12 to older, or they counted men who were fighting men and older, or they counted married men and older. You don't really know how they counted, but you know, you think 600,000 men, those 600,000 men were married, that would be 1.2 million people. If they had 2 kids each, that would be 2 million something. They had more than 2 kids each. Then, I mean, there could have been 2 million plus people leaving Egypt, leaving the city of Ramsey when they're leaving. It's 2 million plus. And it's an amazing story. The Exodus is amazing as they're leaving. And so you think 2 million plus people, God is taking them, they're leaving, 600,000 men afoot. Here they go, they're walking through, and let's look at Exodus chapter 13. Look at verse 17. Now, when Pharaoh had let the people go, God did not lead them by the way of the land of the Philistines. Now, here you go. Let's think of this. Here they're leaving, and Moses, of course, you know, for 4 years, he's out in the desert. He knows this desert. He knows that when they leave the city of Ramsey, if they're going to go to the promised land, where they were headed, all they had to do is just go straight due east and then go a little north, and they would have made it. It could have been a 2-month journey. It could have been a month journey. It wasn't far. But yet God, when He takes them, He leads them south. It didn't make any sense to them. It probably didn't even make any sense to Moses. To all these people, they didn't know. And here, my question to you is, turn in your travel plans to me. Hey Moses, I want you and I want the people, and you're going to leave, turn in your travel plans to me. God doesn't ask us our opinions. But see, think of this. Jeremiah chapter 24 tells us this. It says what? It says, God's talking to us and He says, listen, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare, not for calamity, to give you a future and a hope. God says, listen, I know the plans that I have for you. God knows the plans that He has for you. But what I do, is I try to form my own plans. I try to walk into the office of God. I try to lay my plans down on His desk and say, okay, God, you bless my plans. And God's like, no, Steve, I formed you. I made you. I have plans for your life, son. I don't need your plans. Think of this. When Job, all the way through the book of Job, and when you read the book of Job, it's an amazing book. But for 38 chapters, God stayed quiet. And then all of a sudden, after 38 chapters of listening to Job talk, listen to what God said. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkens counsel? Why, words without knowledge. He's saying, Job, you're talking, but you have no knowledge. Now gird up your loins like a man, and I will ask you, and you will instruct me. Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding. He's saying, Job, where were you when I made the earth? You weren't here. He said, who set the measurements, since you know, or stretched the line on it? On what were the bases shrunk? Or who laid its cornerstone? Sticky notes. When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy, or who echoed the sea with the doors, when the bursting forth that went out from the womb, when I made the clouds and its garments in the thick darkness, I placed boundaries on it, and I set bolts and doors, and I said, thus far you shall come, but no further. Job, what a word. Now sometimes we question God about the plans He has for our life. God's never asked me to plan about my life. God's never said, Steve, tell me what you want to do, and then I'll bless that. No, God said, Steve, this is what I have for you. Steve, I created you in your mother's womb. But what I do is I say, God, this is what I want to do. God, I have plans for my life. God, I want to go do this, and I want you to bless it. We just do it backwards. And God's like, no. I created you. My plans are not your plans, Steve. My ways are not your ways, Steve. Just trust me. Follow me. I'm going to lead you in a way I want to take you. Just follow me. It may not make sense to you, but son, just follow me. I'm going to lead you. I have plans for you. God doesn't need my opinion, folks. And honestly, God doesn't need your opinion. He just needs your faithfulness. Here you see that God never asked for their opinion, but listen, God never asked for His directions either. Look at verse 20. Then they set out for Succoth, and they encamped at Etham on the edge of the wilderness. Now go to chapter 14 and look at verse 2. Tell the sons of Israel to turn back and camp at Phi-ha-Hirath, between Migdol and the sea. You shall camp in front of Baal-Zephon, opposite it, by the sea. He says, listen, turn back and come back. Here they are, they're going south, when really they in their mind they said, listen, we know there's roads, we know we should be going east. God, why are you leading us this way? God, why are you taking us south? Why do you want us to turn around? Why are we now backed up to a sea, God? What is going on here? They're so confused. They're saying, God, we don't get this. And God says, listen, I'm not asking for your direction. You just follow me. God doesn't ask us for our directions. God doesn't say, Steve, and that's how I was as a kid when I got in the car with my dad. I didn't say, Dad, hey, are you sure you're going the right way? Now, my dad's a little bit older. Now I do kind of question my dad. Hey, Dad, are you sure? Dad, my phone said you should have turned a mile back. No, but when I was little, my dad was in control, and I trusted my father. I didn't ask. I didn't need to. My dad had it. I don't need to be asking God about my life. We question God way too much. God looks at me and says, Steve, where were you when I created you? Steve, when I created this earth, when I laid the foundation of the earth, where were you, son? I don't need your opinion. And I'm not saying that God is rude to us. I'm just saying God doesn't need my opinion. He doesn't need your opinion. He doesn't need me to lay my travel plans out for him. God says, I have it all laid out for you, Steve. Just trust me and follow me. I will make sure you get to where I want you to go. Listen to what he says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are my ways your way, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my way higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. God said, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. See, sometimes the things that God wants us to do doesn't make any sense. I mean, think about it. God says, somebody comes up to you and says, hey, man, give me your coat. God says, give him your coat, but also give him your shirt. And you go, well, God, that doesn't make any sense. But God says, do it. God says, someone comes up to you and slaps you on the right cheek. What do? Give him the left. You go, God, that doesn't make any sense. God says, don't worry about it. Just do what I tell you to do. See, sometimes we just question God way too much, when all we need to do is just trust God. He says, I will direct you. I have you. My thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways. I don't need Steve's opinion. I don't need Steve to lay out his direction. God says, Steve, I have your travel plans already laid out for you. Steve, I have your direction already laid out for you. Now, I know that's kind of a couple of negative things, but let's look at something positive. God wants us to follow Him by faith. Look at verse 9, chapter 14. Then the Egyptians chased after them with horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horses and his armies, and they overtook them, camping by the sea, by Ba-ha-Harath, in the middle of Baal-Zephon. As Pharaoh drew near, the sons of Israel looked, and behold, the Egyptians were marching after them, and they became very frightful. The minute trouble came, these people just fell apart. Listen, as soon as trouble hits us, sometimes, folks, we just fall apart. Man, trouble's going to happen. Diagnoses are not always going to be good. And what unbelievers need to see in Christians, in believers, is that we don't just fall apart when trouble comes. They need to see that we trust in God. They need to see that listen, we believe that God is in control and He's going to handle whatever is happening to us. But these people, they fell apart. Verse 11 says, Then they said to Moses, Is it because there were no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you dealt with us in this way, bringing us out of Egypt? Is this not the world? Is this not the word that we spoke to you in Egypt, saying, Leave us alone that we may serve the Egyptians, for it would be better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. And look at verse 13. Look what Moses said. Moses said to the people, Do not fear. Stand by and see the salvation of the Lord. You know what Moses is telling them to do? The same thing my mother used to tell me to do. Stop it. Stop it. Man, when I was a little kid, man, my mother used to just look at me sometimes and go, Would you just stop it? And I'm sure that's what Moses is saying to them. Guys, just stop it. God's in control. God's got this. And he's saying, well, what did he tell the people? He said, Do not fear. Stand by and see. See what? What are they to see? What is guiding them? The Bible tells us that a wall, a pillar of a cloud, what led them by day, and a pillar of fire led them by night. He's saying, look at the cloud that's leading you, folks. Look at the cloud. That's God. He's leading you. He's in control. He's guiding you. He's got this. You may feel like you're backed up into a corner, but God's got you. He's guiding you. He backed you up into a corner. So just trust Him. He's going to somehow get you out of this. God backed them up in the corner so His glory could be seen. And sometimes trouble happens in your life, and God doesn't want you to fall apart so His glory can be seen in your life. When I go talk to Randy, you know what I hear? I hear the glory of God in that man. He's not falling apart, folks. He understands he understands his body's falling apart. He understands the condition his body's in. But yet he's praising God. Every time I sit there and visit with that man, he just praises God. He gives God glory in just different testimonies. There was 5 of us out there on Monday, and we're just sitting around the bedside talking to him. And in different times, he's just giving God glory. He understands what's going on, but he's not falling apart. Man, God is in control of your life. He doesn't need our opinions. God has the direction of our life already planned out. Just trust Him and follow Him. And see here, Moses is telling the people, don't fall apart. Just stop it. Don't fear. Look. But what else was with them? Had a pillar. But what else was with them? Can you remember what it was? It was a box of bones. It was the bones of Joseph. The bones of Joseph. In chapter 13, verse 19, it says, Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for when he had made the sons of Israel solemnly swear, saying, God will surely take care of you, and you shall carry my bones from here with you. In the book of Exodus, in the very last chapter, chapter 50, we see that Joseph is dying. And Joseph says, in verse 23, Genesis chapter 50. Joseph saw the third generation, Ephraim's son. Also the sons of Machir and Manasseh were born of Joseph and me. Joseph said to his brother, take care of you and bring you up from this land to the land which he promised on the oath of Abraham to Isaac and Jacob. Then Joseph made the sons of Israel swear, saying, God will surely take care of you. He said it again. The exact same phrase. He says it again. And you shall carry my bones up from here. So Joseph died at the age of 110 years, and he was embalmed and placed in the coffin in Egypt. So that's interesting. When you're studying Scripture and you see the same phrase used in a couple of verses, it makes you want to pause and understand what that's saying. So what is that saying? When you look at this, surely is one word, take is one word, care is one word in the Hebrew. And what that means is, what that word is paquad. What it means is those three words all mean one thing. Visit. So what is he saying? Joseph is saying this basically. Joseph said to his brother, I'm about to die, but God will what? Visit you. He's telling his brothers, guys, God's coming back. He can see God is coming back. And so Moses is telling the people, look, there's a cloud here. Look at the cloud. The cloud's guiding you. The cloud has you. Yes, you may be backed up here, but don't worry. The cloud has you under control. The cloud's got us, guys. And the bones are here. Look at the bones. What is that telling us? It's saying God's coming back for us, folks. He's not going to leave us. He's not going to forsake us. God's coming back. It's representing that these old bones, they're going to leave this place and they're going to go somewhere. Where are they going? They're going to be in the presence of God one day, folks. He's coming back. That's what he's saying. It's the resurrection and it's right here. Quad. Joseph said to his brothers, I'm about to die, but God will surely quad you and bring you from this land. God will visit you and bring you from this land. God doesn't need my opinion. He doesn't need me to say, God, this is the direction I want to go. What God needs is my faithfulness. To say, God, I trust you in everything. God, if you're leading me, I'm going to go that way. God, I don't understand it. God, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I trust you. And I know you're never going to leave me. You're never going to forsake me. You're coming back for me. You're with me right now. It's not like you've abandoned me. God, I'm here. Do with me what you want. I'm your ambassador. And Joseph made the sons of Israel swear, God will surely visit you. My ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. I give you a future and hope. Are you trusting in your own self, in your own plans? Or are you saying, God, I trust in you, and you alone? Father God, I pray that you are the only thing we are trusting in. We're not trusting in a government. We're not trusting in a president. We're not trusting in an economy. We're not trusting in a job. We're not trusting in anything other than you. But God, we want all those things to be honorable, and we want to respect all those things. But God, we want to trust you and you alone. God, sometimes you lead us in places we just don't understand. But God, let us be faithful to God. Trusting you the entire way. Because God, where you lead us, what you want to do is just put us in positions to where your glory is revealed. And that's what happened with the Israelites. You backed them up to the water, and then your glory was revealed when you parted the sea and they passed over on dry land. And then you just closed the sea back up for your glory to be revealed when your enemy was destroyed. They were delivered. Now, sometimes we try and lay out our own plans. Sometimes we try and do our own thing. And really, we need to just be still and wait on you. And then when you say go, go. Wherever you lead, I pray we go. In Jesus' name we pray.